I just wanted to do a quick video on Justin Trudeau's Blackface scandal. Now, when this scandal came out, the apology was very poor, but one thing that Justin Trudeau did do in that press conference was that admit those pictures were racist.
Was this photo racist in your opinion?
Yes. Yes, it was. I didn't consider it a racist action at the time, but now we know better, and this was something that was unacceptable, and yes, racist.
Some of the lingering questions after the first press conference were, what was he thinking? What was going through his head when he pulled off this racist stunt? Blackface and brownface is considered I would say, one of the most despicable racist acts that you can pull besides lynching somebody.
I recognize that it is something absolutely unacceptable to do. And yeah, I appreciate calling it makeup, but it was blackface. And that is just not right. It is something that people who live with the kind of discrimination that far too many people do because of the color of their skin, or their history, or their origins, or their language, or their religion, face on a regular basis. And I didn't see that from the layers of privilege that I have. And for that, I am deeply sorry, and I apologize.
And the other question that we have is, when did he transform from this person that was racist, pulled these racist stunts, to the Justin Trudeau that we see in public, the defender of all human rights in Canada and on the international stage?
When did you stop thinking that darkening your skin was acceptable? Was it something, did someone tell you, hey, you know, this is crazy. You're covering not only your face, your throat, your hands, I think in the video, even your legs. Did someone say to you, Justin, you got to give this up?
As I've spoken about, I represent one of the most diverse multicultural ridings in the country, and the work I've done in the late 2008, 2009 to be a better representative, a good representative for people by spending time in mosques and gurdwaras and with the Haitian community and all the diverse communities in my riding and fighting for them led me to understand to a much greater degree the kind of discrimination and intolerance that people face on a daily basis because of the color of their skin, and that's why I understand now.
So I happened to catch Brian Lilley's tweet tonight. Brian Lilley's a political columnist for the Toronto Sun. He writes about federal and Ontario politics. Quite good if you ever catch one of his videos. Quite informative. He posted something 4 hours ago, and I'm going to read it to you now. And it's down here. Let me just go here. Why don't we just make it bigger? We've heard at Justin Trudeau say over the last week that he didn't know that blackface was wrong in 2001, but he should have. Watch this video where Trudeau explains in 2016 that he actually studied this in Teachers College in 1997. And then there's a video here, Federation Day 2016, question and answer with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, engages in a question and answer with ETT, Toronto Teachers something, at Federation Day. All right, so let's have a look.
We have a mic and a question over there in the corner. Go ahead.
First of all, thank you for coming to speak with us today. So everyone give him a round of applause. My question is around equity and social justice. Our union is an equity-seeking organization and supports equity and social justice issues. As a white straight male, how do you use your privilege and status with those of us who do not share that status and have experienced personal and systemic oppression since and prior to Canada's establishment as a democratic country?
Wonderful question. When I was doing my B.Ed, we had a class called, it was Sociology of Education, and it was exactly around all that. And I remember this exercise where, as a class, we generated a list, a binary list of pairs in terms of power dynamics. White versus non-white, male versus female, straight versus LGBTQ. Q2, all the way down the list. And when we ended up that list, generated on the list, we all had to look at, wealthy, non-wealthy, all those sorts of things. Central Canada versus BC. I mean, that was one that BCers put in on that one, but it was UBC. We went down the list. It was a classroom-generated list. And I realized that of the 20 or so different pairs that we had on the list, I was on the power side of 19 of them. The only one I wasn't was youth versus age, and I knew I was going to get there eventually. So it was an extraordinarily powerful wake-up call for me. This idea that, like it or not, we're in a society where I was given power and a voice that I did nothing to earn, that I did nothing to deserve, other than ended up being born luckier, unfairly than everyone else. And the reflection that I had on that, I actually ended up writing a free verse style reflection on being a straight white male. But the essence of it was that if I am lucky, and I am, then I have a responsibility not to go around hanging my head and beating myself up for being lucky, because I didn't pick it, it just happened, but that luck comes with a responsibility to wield that power in responsible ways. And the best way to do that is to use the power that I was given for unfair and unjustified reasons to empower those who are not empowered by our society. That question came up a whole bunch of times throughout my political career. How can someone who was born at 24 Sussex, okay, and given so many advantages in life, how can I possibly represent Papineau, one of the most economically challenged ridings in the country? And the fact is, I said, I will listen, I will learn, but mostly, and on top of that, I will put the fact that I have a more powerful voice than most in service of people who need powerful voices on their side. And it's something I need to be constantly reminded of and challenged of, and we have a lot of amazing people in cabinet, a gender-balanced cabinet, by the way, reminding me of that all the time and challenging us, because there's so much we don't see within patriarchal systems, within white privilege, within all these things that we do not unpack every single day. And being able to do that responsibly is something that we continue, and I continue to struggle with. But fundamentally, as Canadians, we're luckier than 99.5% of everybody on the planet. And the way we need to look at this is that luck comes with a responsibility to do better, to do right, and to show the way for people who are less lucky.
What did you guys think about the video? Do you think Brian Lilley has a point? To me, it looked like Justin Trudeau was pretty well versed in his white privilege in 1997. Why didn't he know about this in 2001 when he went to that gala dressed in brownface? Put your thoughts in the comment field down below. Like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, donate if you want to, and show some love to Brian Lilley on Twitter. I'll put his information in the description field. Thanks for watching.